So I think we are live now. Hello students and welcome back to BankExamsToday.com. So today we are doing a live session on international reports. So international reports are really important for the general awareness section as well as for the ESI section. You are going to find at least 2 or 3 questions from the international reports and then again 2, 3 or 4 questions in that ESI. So it's a really important topic, but according to me, it's really easy to prepare for this particular part. So today I'm going to cover 11 reports, right? See, students, on the websites and even on the newspapers, a lot of uh, details are available. But what to study for the international reports? Padna kya hai? Who released it? What is the India's rank? Top countries and what is the purpose? Purpose kya hai, basic? And then the purpose can be there in this report. The purpose was simple. What is the purpose? And then you can say indicators, how the rankings are calculated, right? So these are the 5 important things that you need to know. That's it. I have prepared a proper list. I maintain a proper list. I'll be sharing that list with you at the end of I think third part. So within 3 parts I'll be able to finish it. So this is the very first report, the World Happiness Report. So if the students are with us, if there is any doubt in your mind, you can ask your doubts anytime. Chalo, I think we should start with our very first report. So how are you, everybody? So who releases that World Happiness Report 2019 Sustainable Development Solutions Network for United Nations by the General Assembly? So that is really important. India's rank is 140, which is very bad, and Finland is the top country. So India's rank is 140. So very important World Happiness Report. India's rank in 2019 report is 140 and it is released by Sustainable Development Solution Network for United Nations by the General Assembly. So Finland is a top country, very important. And then the Annual Banking Statistics Report 2019, who releases the Annual Banking Statistic Report? It is released by the Swiss National Bank. According to that this report, the Swiss National Bank, they make a list, country-wise list. So whichever the natives or that citizens of a country who has the most money, with the in the Swiss banks, that will be at the top. So United Kingdom is at the top, and they account for 26% of the total foreign money parked with the Swiss banks at the end of the year. So India is ranked at 74th. India is ranked at 74th in this report. So India is not doing that bad. So released by the Swiss National Bank, India is ranked 74. United Kingdom is at the top with 26% of the total foreign money. So World Economic Situation and Prospects 2019 report. So it is released by United Nations Department of Economic and Social Affairs. So it is a joint report. United Nations Department of Economic and Social Affairs, United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, and 5 United Nations Regional Commissions. So it is a joint report. United Nations Department of Economic and Social Affairs, United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, and 5 United Nations Regional Commissions. Really important. It's a joint report. And this report predicted that the global economy will grow by 3% in 2019 and 2020. But it suggests that the signs that the growth has peaked. The growth of global economy has peaked, and the Indian economy is expected to grow by 7.6% in 2019 and 7.4% in 2020. But I mean, we got our GDP numbers, it was less than 6%, which is not a good thing for us. Global Risk Report 2019, who releases the Global Risk Report, released by the World Economic Forum, WEF, and the top 10 risks as per the report are the extreme weather events, and then failure of climate change and mitigation. Climate change is an issue. Natural disasters is an issue. Massive incidents of data fraud. Data fraud is now a kind of risk, major risk. Cyber attacks, large scale cyber attacks. Man-made environmental changes, large scale involuntary migration. So migration is also an issue. Involuntary. The case of Rohingya Muslims, that was a case of involuntary migration, major biodiversity loss, and the ecosystem collapse. And then water crisis, that's also an issue. The countries like Pakistan, they are facing the water crisis, and some of the cities like Chennai in India, they are facing the water crisis. The asset bubbles in the major economies, that actually happened in 2008. So what is important here, the World Economic Forum is really important. The global risk report is released by the World Economic Forum, that's important. Now this is very important, this slide is very important, students, very important from the exam point of view. The global multidimensional poverty index released by the UNDP, United Nations Development Program, and Oxford Poverty and Development Initiative, OPHI, very important. There are 10 indicators in 3 categories: health, education, and standard of living. Total 10 indicators divided in 3 categories: health, education, and standard of living. So there are total 101 countries are there in the index, covering 1.3 billion people. Okay, and half of these 1.3 billion multidimensionally poor people are children under the age of 18. So what is important here, who release it, and the 3 indicators, there are 10 indicators are there, and which are divided into 3 parts: the health, education, and standard of living. So this is really important: health, education, and standard of living. 3 dimensions are there. So released by UNDP, OPHI. So that's really, these first 2 parts are very important. So you should understand what is important, what is not. World Investment Report 2019 released by United Nations Conference on Trade and Development. World Investment Report. What was the purpose? The purpose, every year it shows a latest trend of FDI across the world. So every year it shows a trend of FDI. So released by United Nations Conference on Trade and Development. So as per this report, the FDI decreased by 13% in 2018. And after this decrease, the FDI was 1.3 trillion in 2018, while it was 1.5 trillion in 2017. So it is a third year in a row in which the FDI has been decreased, especially in the developed nations. So Global Childhood Report 2019 released by the UK's Save the Children organization, very important again. The purpose is to check the progress of children and find out the various factors affecting the children. And there is an index in this report, the End of Childhood Index. And the top country is Singapore. There are 173 countries, top country is Singapore, and India's rank is 113. So situation of children has been improved in 173 countries out of 176 since 2000, right? So India's rank is 113, Singapore is at the top. Okay. The World Population Prospects 2019. This report is released by the Population Division of UN Department of Economic and Social Affairs. So Population Division of UN Department of Economic and Social Affairs. And this report shows population estimates from 1950 to 2019 for 235 countries. And this one is important. It is estimated that India would be most populous country by 2027. सबसे ज़्यादा population India में होगी by 2027 by surpassing China, and it is expected India's population would be 164 crore by 2050. Lot of people. So global report on food crisis released by Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, and World Food Program, and then EU. It's a joint report. More than 113 people across 53 countries have experienced acute hunger, requiring urgent food, nutrition, and the livelihood. And the countries which are facing this issue, the acute hunger actually, the Yemen, Democratic Republic of Congo, Afghanistan, Ethiopia, Syrian Arab Republic, Sudan, South Sudan, and northern Nigeria. So these are the 8 countries which accounts for 2/3 number of people facing the acute food insecurities and amounting to 7.2 crore people. The Global Peace Index released by the Institute of Economics and Peace, really important, IEP. Please remember the who releases which index. I'll provide you a list at the end of this lecture. And the number of countries, 163 countries are there. Iceland is at the top. India is at 141 out of 163. India is 141 out of 163 countries in the peace index. India was 136, now it is 141. Okay, that's all, students. So we have RBI Grade B 2019 Phase 1 course, Phase 1 plus Phase 2 course, RBI Grade B GK Digest and RBI Test Series. And we have also started the RBI Grade B 2020 course. So all the courses are available on Bank Exams Today's mobile app, or you can go to learn.bankexamstoday and you can use a coupon code Guru on all the courses. So that's this is a list of our successful students in the last years. So that's all for today, students. Let me show you the list from where you can read the schemes. Go to bankexamstoday.com. On the right hand side, all these indexes are really important. We are updating them every day. India's rank in different indices, right? International reports, appointments, important days, awards and honors, committees, summits, MOUs. All of them are really important. See India's rank in different indices, global livability. So we are updating it every day. So that's how you need to do it. Index released by which organization? India's rank. And we updated this on 17th of September and we are going to update it very soon as well. So first rank. So please download this. Please read this. Don't download it because we are updating it every day. You can download it on I think next week because we are going to update it. We are going to add new indices and then the international reports. See, you can just click this link and you will get the detail here. I mean, if you want to read in depth, you can read here. Other questions are also there, right? So international reports, similarly, list of appointments, really important appointment up to August. We have updated. September, we are going to update very soon. So these are the important appointment, like 15 to 20 appointments every month is there. I know it's little difficult to read, but if you can read for last 3 or 4 months, just remember that would be enough, right? So the governors, Uttarakhand Prime, the UK Prime Minister, all the important, appointments are there. The most important one, Britain's Home Secretary, India's Ambassador to Israel. These things are in the news. News में है और यही paper में आएगा, right? List of MOUs, India and कैसे pronounce करते हैं? Guinea, I think. चलो. Tripura and National Liberation Front of Tripura. So very important. Okay, naval, I mean, whatever the things are, we have prepared a proper list. So even for committees, even for awards and honors, all the lists are here, really important for the RBI grade B. Basically, we have prepared this website, this whole website for RBI grade B. हमने लिखा भी है, right? So all the list for general awareness are available here and we are updating these lists every day. Every day, I mean, this is our full-time job and we are doing this every day. So यहाँ से आप पढ़ सकते हैं. You can go through the, these lists on a daily basis, right? Vidya Ali, tell me something about DEPR. I don't have any knowledge about DEPR kind of because we prepare for DR only. So that's all I think. यहाँ से आप पढ़ सकते हैं bankexamstoday.com. So that's all for today, students. Thank you and have a very nice day. Bye.